Hello, everyone. If you can see, my eyes are like slightly glazed and red because I'm not high. I just cried a lot. All right, so I just got out of seeing Iron Claw for the second time. Didn't review it the first time I saw it. I mean, I can say as a fact I loved the movie the first time I saw it. Loved it even more now. It's great when you have an audience, unlike my first audience where there were people commentating on the entire film. Anytime a fucking character won a wrestling match, they were like, fuck yeah! Woo! Like you're watching a fucking real wrestling match, like shut your ass up. And the two women behind me were commenting on everything. The first time I saw it, whenever a character fucking passed away, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say who passed away or if you don't know the real story, but anytime a tragic thing happened or someone passed away or someone got injured, they would always be like, oh no, oh no, oh no, poor Kevin, oh poor Carrie, oh no, oh no. And they would do it fucking constantly, like numerous times in one scene. I'm like, dude, I get it. I just want to watch the fucking movie. Instead, I feel like I'm hearing two fucking bitches moan the entire time. Oh no. I'm sorry if this seems like slightly offensive or rude to anyone, but like, just don't fucking do it in the theater, especially during this movie's a pretty quiet movie. Other than some of the wrestling scenes, this movie is like very cathartic, very quiet, very emotional. Like, please just don't fucking talk during this movie. So yeah, even though there was, that theater was like nearly sold out opening night when I went. This one, because it was at 10:15 on a Wednesday, there's still a good amount of people in there. I mean, it's a Texas film and people are still on their holiday breaks. And there was about like 15 people in there, and I mean, that's still good. Solid for this theater that I go to this late at night for a smaller movie like this. But I fucking love the Iron Claw. I mean, the first time I saw it, I knew like right away, like Zac Efron should get a fucking Oscar nom. He's not going to, because the buzz is already built around these 5 to 7 different actors. He's like the number 8 slot. The only reason I could think it would happen is because this film is getting a really good amount of audience reception, and the audiences and a bunch of critics that I know online are clamoring like, yeah, Zac Efron deserves to get in there. So maybe the buzz will build up because, you know, Oscars are sort of a mixture of like this level of buzz that a film would get from audiences and just the reactions that it receives and the praise and the constant amount of talking about one film could get it some recognition. And also the fact that this film came out near the very end of the year and wasn't really at any festivals. It actually premiered in Dallas, had like a very few screenings around different places, and then it came out like this past weekend, I should say, like Friday, the 22nd. But I just admire the hell out of this movie. It is a fucking intense tearjerker. I mean, I think it does a really good job at just showing you the vibes of the brothers here. You really feel the charm of their brotherhood. They all feel like real brothers who genuinely have a connection. Whether you see them sneaking out at night to take one of their younger brothers to a musical gig that he has, or all them drinking and hanging out, or playing football, or just having dinner, or relating back to past memories that they've all had shared experiences to. There's so much in that first hour that when it becomes sort of a tragedy film to show the breakdown of this family's like nearly Greek tragedy levels of tragedy, you really fucking feel that impact the entire second half of the movie. And I think it's so good how well it's done. I mean, Sean Durkin I'm a fan of. I never can say the film right. Is it Martha, Marcy, Marlene, whatever? You know the one I'm talking about, with Elizabeth Olsen. And that's a great film, and I think that this film honestly plays into that style a bit too. It feels like sort of a slice of life movie where you're thrown into these characters' lives and they feel real. You feel like you're part of the family and there with them for the experiences that they deal with. And it's just so good. The wrestling scenes are great because obviously it is the actors themselves actually performing the scenes. They're very well done. They had actual wrestlers and stunt coordinators there to help them completely like transform into those roles physically, and you know, just with how good the script is and the direction by Sean Durkin, emotionally they transformed too. Like, I've never seen Zac Efron turn out I've seen him play good comedic roles, I've seen him play some decent drama roles, he fits into stuff pretty well, he is a talented overall guy, but I've never seen him like play into anything to this extent. Like, holy shit, is he good. I mean, I'm gonna say it's like his performance that in the like last 25 minutes of the movie just completely breaks through and has me going through an emotional breakdown. He very much is the quiet background guy, so for most of the movie it is a subtle performance. He is this guy out of the brothers, you kind of have David, played by Harris Dickinson, who is the louder one, who talks talks a lot. He's the one who does all the chatting whenever they're in the wrestling matches. He's the guy who's like really gets the crowd hype. He knows how to do it. Jeremy Allen White is kind of this like aggressive brother. He's probably the loudest, most like intimidating one. The way he just talks to everyone, he's definitely very focused and locked in on whatever his father wants him to do, and that definitely plays a part in his part that's slightly tragic, I would say. It gets pretty sad. And then you have Stanley Simons, who plays Mike, who is kind of the weakest one, kind of the background character one almost, but that almost makes his sequences even more emotional when you really get to them. And then you have the balance of Zac Efron, who's kind of the leader. He's the oldest of the brothers. He really wants to take care of all of them and wants to kind of be there for his family. Truly, he loves a lot of people around him. He falls in love with Lily James in the movie. As you see in the trailer, they get married and all that stuff. But the one thing he cares about more than anything is his family and the bond that he has with his brothers. He truly just wants to spend his life with them because that's all he's ever known and that's all he's ever truly loved and appreciated. Like, if anything else went away, he'd be fine with it if he could get the time with his brothers. And you totally just fucking feel Zac Efron's impact in the thing. He's good at the slightly comedic moments and the awkward moments. The scenes with Lily James are very beautiful, and I think, honestly, the only issue I'd have with the film is, honestly, I wish it were longer. I think I would love to sit with these characters just longer and embrace the lives that they had, because Sean Durkin gives you such a way of falling in love with them within just that hour, and I would not mind if it was even longer. I know some people like don't need long movies, and I don't really think it's a complaint in a way that makes the movie bad that it needs to be longer. I just genuinely, it's a rare occasion where I'm like, I just fucking love the people around here, and I love the impact that they just have. It's such a fucking great dynamic group of performances, and I loved every single one of them. But yeah, I think Zac Efron is Oscar worthy, but he's just not going to get in. It's kind of like that Adam Sandler Uncut Gems situation where that year was just stacked with roles that you're like, bummer, he's not going to get in, and it already feels kind of pre-chosen at this point. But I would not mind if he did get in. I would love for Zac Efron to get in, and I honestly would be probably rooting for him. Like, he's definitely up there. If I'm not like for sure going on him, he would be one of the ones I'm very much rooting for. And all the performances in here are really great, even from Maura Tierney and Hurt McClaney. They're fucking great too, the parents. And again, I would say especially Maura Tierney's role being quite subtle in the way she handles things as a parent, and the way you see your character kind of have this breakdown near the ending of the film, and it's not giving her a ton of screen time that almost makes it feel more tragic again when things start to happen, and you can just see that breakdown in her. And Holt is fucking always good. He plays a great aggressive father who really wants to hone in on, yeah, we need this. We can't let people look at us like we're weak. We are that top family, and we need to stay that way in the eyes of the wrestling community. And it's so fucking well done. It's also a very well shot film. I didn't really get to enjoy and taking in all the film, but this time being in silence and just getting to watch the film, it is very like honed back, quite beautiful, very emotional and heartwarming. I fucking loved it. I really did. And I know that in a lot of ways, to some people it may not be a perfect film, but to me, as a biopic, especially with how hard it is to really just tell someone's true life story and make it feel like you've got a cumulative amount of information that you need while simultaneously being entertained and engaged in a film, is kind of difficult. Music biopics especially, those can get really fucking annoying when they have to change up the subject matter and get you entertained. It all feels very forced, but when you get one like this, you just truly feel the fucking impact, and it's very well done. So shout out to Sean Durkin and A24 for getting this movie on their hands. I think this is a 10 out of 10 movie. I can't wait to just watch this. It's honestly like so emotional and devastating at times that I would find it weird to call it a comfort film. But in a lot of ways, it is a comfort film already for me. And it makes me, I don't know, I just felt such devastation, but also such happiness by that ending. And I felt that amazing fucking impact that the film had. I'm amazed my friends didn't cry during it when I just watched it with them. I'm actually shocked. I don't tear up during a lot of movies, but I have more recently as I've grown up. But man, I fucking, this and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 this year are like, those two fucking destroyed me. Obviously one's fictional, but like both of them wrecked the hell out of me, and I'm shocked that this didn't do it for them, but they said they were close, so clearly it had some sort of impact in the way it's done. But yeah, Also, I love the music choices in the score. Obviously, some of it is music choices related to their actual wrestling career, and other ways they fit it in, and I think it's very well done. My friends were talking about how the actor who plays Ric Flair, in just a short performance, it's not really that big of a role that the character has, but they did not really find him that good. Honestly, like, I didn't mind it. I've seen Ric Flair in interviews, and I've seen how he kind of acts, and it's not identical. It's definitely not a fucking great performance, but there's something like so kind of corny in the valley of wrestling, especially at that time, that I don't really mind the performance he's doing. It doesn't feel like Ric Flair, but in parts it feels like Ric Flair, and it's kind of funny. But I think everyone else is extremely well cast. I can't imagine anyone having an issue with watching this film the way it goes. It's fucking excellent, an amazing biopic, an emotional, devastating Greek tragedy of a drama. And yeah, Zac Efron, I hope to see you at the awards. Seems like you're not getting in there, which is a fucking bummer, because this is truly the performance you deserve it for, and I would love to see you go up on that stage and accept an Oscar, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, which could be a bummer. But it shows he's got the fucking chops, dude. So anyone denying Zac Efron, you know, go fuck yourself. 10 out of 10. That's all I gotta say. See you for Color Purple probably next. Yeah, Color Purple. Bye.